Assalamu alaikum to all students. Today we will discuss about lecture number 16 of unit number 1. As you know, in previous lecture we have completed our topic 1.1 and 1.2. Today we will start our lecture from topic 1.3. Okay, so uh, brief in topic 1.3 we will discuss about the brief description contribution of Muslim scientists from 7th to 13th century. The Muslim scientists and philosophers made valuable invention in this world. Let's move about Jabir bin Hayyan, whose date birth is 722 to 803 AD. He is considered as the father of chemistry. He had established his own laboratory where he worked devotedly, where he do various experiments. He invented sulfuric acids, nitric acid, hydraulic acids, and several other important compounds. His contribution to chemistry also include some important scientific techniques such as crystallization, distillation, sublimation, and evaporation. He has done various observations about uh, all the result and conclude some result. Okay, Ibn al-Hashim, whose date of birth is 965 to 1039. He was a renowned physicist of all the time. He gave the basic principle of reflection and refraction. Okay, reflection and refraction. He worked on lenses and explained the working of eye. In Europe, he is known as Al Hazim. His famous book Kitabul Manazir was translated into Latin. Okay, he is considered the father of optics. Al Biruni. Al Biruni, whose date of birth is 973 to 1048. He was a great scholar of physics, mathematics, geography, and astronomy. He traveled through India and recorded his observation in his famous book Kitabul Hind. In another famous book, Al Kanun Masudi, he discussed astronomy, solar, and lunar motion. He wrote more than 150 books on varied topics. Bu Ali Sina. Bu Ali Sina, 980, whose date of birth is 980 to 1037. He was the greatest scientist of his time. He is known as Avicenna in Europe. Okay, he wrote more than 100 books in medicine, science, philosophy, and literature. His famous book on medicine is A1 Kanune Fil Tib. Okay, it was prescribed as a textbook in medical institutes of Europe till 17th century. In another famous book, Al Shifa, he made useful contribution to physics, chemistry, arithmetics, biology, and even in music. Ibn Bathr, whose date of birth is 1197 to 1248 AD. He is known for the studies in plants. He traveled a lot and collected a large number of plants. He discovered many new plants. He is also famous for the study of magical plants. He was great botanist and pharmacist of his time. Okay, he has great contribution in pharmacy and in botany. Ibn Nafis, whose date of birth is 1213 to 1288. Ibn Nafis was the greatest scientist and cardiologist of the 13th century. He was the first to describe the circulation of blood in human body, how blood is circulated. He propounded the theory of pulmonary blood circulation with correct measurement. He prescribed that a thick wall called septum divides the heart into two parts. Our heart is divided into two sections. After a cycle of great circulation, the blood returns to the right section of the heart, from where it goes to the lungs to carry oxygenation. Okay, after all the process from all the circulation, our blood will come back to the right side of the our heart, and then from where that has gone for oxygenation. Our next topic is contribution of Pakistani scientists. The land of Pakistan has also produced a galaxy of scientists, some of the whom have gained international recognition for their contribution to the advancement of science. A brief contribution of Pakistani scientists is given below. Dr. Abdul Salam. Dr. Abdul Salam is a world-famed physicist who proposed the theory of unification of two of basic four physical forces governing the universe. It was a great achievement in the world of physical science. On this contribution, he, along with two other scientists, was awarded the Nobel Prize. He also worked very hard for the improvement of science education in the third world countries. Okay, Dr. Munir Ahmed Khan. Dr. Munir Ahmed Khan is a well-known scientist of Pakistan. Okay, he participated in various courses of international the Institute for okay, Nuclear Technology. He has also served the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna. Okay, he was the pioneer chairman of Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission and worked very hard to establish and consolidate the Atomic Energy Commission of Pakistan. He has great contribution about, so you can conclude from here. He has great contribution about atomic energy. Dr. Munir, Dr. Ashfaq Ahmed. Dr. Ashfaq Ahmed is an eminent atomic scientist of Pakistan who remained chairman of Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission for 10 years. He established Global Change Impact Studies Center GCISA. In recognition to his services, he was awarded by the government of Pakistan the highest civil award of Nishane-e-Imtiaz. Okay, he was awarded by Dr. Ishfaq Ahmed, awarded by Nishane-e-Imtiaz because of his great contribution towards his country. Dr. Samar Mubarakman. Dr. Samar Mubarakman is a famous atomic scientist who joined Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission and became member technology. During his professional career, he earned specialization in application of laser, fiber optics technology, nuclear instrumentation, nuclear diagnostic, and missiles technology. He had great contribution in different work. At present, he is chairman of National Engineering and Scientist, National Engineering and Scientific Commission. Okay, NESCOM, National Engineering Scientist Computer Commission. Dr. Ataur Rahman. Dr. Ataur Rahman is a famous scientist of Pakistan who joined Hussein Ibrahim Jamal Institute of Chemistry that was in Karachi. He has published about 200 research papers which are part of the syllabi in various universities of the world. He was awarded Sitare Imtiaz. So that is our today's lecture. If you have any question related to today's lecture, you may ask.